brother. Aw man, who saw Civil War this weekend? Don't raise your hand for your own question. I think we can all agree it was quite excellent, at least way better than Batman vs Superman. Not that that took much effort. I just loved seeing all the heroes on screen together, like duking it out, especially the new introductions of like Spider-Man and Black Panther. My only question was, who is Black Panther? I have heard of Black Panther before, and I'm not gonna lie, he might have the coolest costume in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. Except maybe Black Widow, for reasons. Maybe black is just cool. In fact, you know what? There we go. But awesome costume or not, he just sort of like shows up out of nowhere and starts like outrunning cars and being bulletproof and stuff. I mean, you can't just show up out of nowhere and start going toe to toe with Captain America, who has been building his skills for the last like 5 movies. Actually, Black Panther is getting his own movie in 2018, and I'm sure it will explain all of that stuff, but that's like 2 years away and I could not wait that long. So I have been doing a ton of research on the topic, and today wanted to share with you just sort of the who is Black Panther, so that you can, get by in a regular passing conversation. T'Challa, aka the Black Panther, yes, that's his name, and I hope to God I'm saying it right, T'Challa, first appeared in 1966 in a Fantastic Four comic, and is notably the first black superhero in a major comic book. And I think out of the gate, it's worth noting that his name is not a reference to the Black Panther Party, although they actually debuted with that name in the same year, just like 3 months later. And so many people thought it was a reference to the Black Panther Party that for a brief period of time they actually changed Black Panther's name to Black Leopard, but I mean, honestly, that's just obviously not as cool. In the comics, it's not even a name chosen by T'Challa. It is a title handed down to whoever is the current king of the African nation of Wakanda, with a few caveats, but we'll get back to that. Wakanda is a fictional nation in Africa that is best known for being the only place on Earth that you can find the fictional metal vibranium. Vibranium is your basic run-of-the-mill, just stronger and lighter than titanium, and it's essentially the strongest metal on Earth, and therefore extremely valuable. And we've actually come across vibranium a few times in the Marvel Cinematic Universe before now. It's what Captain America's shield is made out of, it's what Vision and Ultron's bodies are made out of, and now it's what Black Panther's costume is made out of. That's why he's all bulletproof and stuff in the movie. But insanely awesome costume aside, it still doesn't explain how or why he's able to like outrun cars and do all the martial artsy, gymnasty stuff we see him do in the movie. I mean, maybe he's just been doing a ton of training and stuff, but no amount of training is gonna get just a regular human to run faster than a car. But Winter Soldier doesn't have any superpowers, and he was outrunning cars. Yes, thank you, other me. But in the MCU, Winter Soldier actually does have enhanced human abilities. All that testing Hydra did on him provides him with superhuman strength and speed. So where are Black Panther's powers coming from then? Because, I mean, the vibranium is cool, but it's not giving him, like, special abilities. It is, however, giving him super money. Being so incredibly valuable, Wakanda is able to sell small amounts of vibranium for enormous profit, meaning that the technology of the country kind of outpaces the culture a little bit. So you end up with like super high-tech futuristic stuff living alongside like tribal African traditions. Fun! But housing such a valuable resources often invites trouble, and as the story goes, at least in the comics, that trouble comes in the form of a man called Ulysses Klaue. Klaue is responsible for killing T'Challa's father, T'Chaka, names I feel are almost deliberately easy to confuse. T'Challa then retaliates by destroying Klaue's hand. In the MCU, although I bet you don't remember his name, we have already met Klaue. Again, he's stealing vibranium from Wakanda, and he sells it to Ultron, who has a disagreement with him and then destroys his hand. I wonder what Ulysses' claw is going to replace his hand with. Spoiler, it's not a claw. Yeah, it's actually a sonic weapon. Duh. This is apparently what a sonic weapon looks like. And with his new sonic weapon, Klaue returns to get revenge, and I guess T'Challa sees this as a massive threat because in order to make sure he's ready, he lures the Fantastic Four into a trap and then proceeds to battle them one-on-one to make sure he's qualified to battle Klaue in a rematch. Since the movie rights to Fantastic Four belong to 20th Century Fox, I doubt we're gonna see that storyline play out in Black Panther's movie. But they did just work out that whole Sony Spider-Man deal, so fingers crossed? Hey, You still haven't explained how we got the powers. Ah, right, yes, powers. Like I said earlier, the Black Panther mantle is inherited by whoever the current king of Wakanda is, but you must also go about earning this first. T'Challa goes about earning this by defeating the champions of several other Wakandan tribes, at which point he is able to eat a heart-shaped herb. I didn't write it. This herb grants him super speed, strength, agility, durability, healing, and so on, as well as forms a mystic connection between him and the Wakandan Panther god. So it's not just that he really likes cats or something, it's like a whole religious thing. But mix those powers with a nearly indestructible suit and you have quite a superhero. But it doesn't end there. T'Challa is also considered one of the smartest and richest men on the entire planet. So he's also a gadget junkie. With his great intelligence and massive resources, he's often able to just invent whatever gear he needs for the given situation. And when that fails, he also has a vast collection of magical artifacts he can use to aid him as well. That's at least how he gets his powers in the comics, but in the MCU, many have suggested that it's actually the ring he takes from his father when he dies that's granting him his powers. Whatever eventual origin story they end up going with remains to be seen until 2018, but either way, I'm pretty excited to see it. And that's about it. Black Panther has been a pretty key figure in the Marvel Universe for a long time. He's been a part of a lot of different teams, but most notably the Avengers, and while he hasn't always been the most well-known hero, his popularity did open the door for other black superheroes, such as Falcon and Luke Cage. Oh man, Luke Cage, when is that coming out on Netflix? Anyway, I hope that clears up any questions you might have had about Black Panther. But Ben, my question for you and everybody else is, who was your favorite character in Civil War? Besides Black Panther, mine were probably Spider-Man, Ant-Man, and Winter Soldier. Just awesome. Leave your answers in the towel section down below.
These socks are amazing!
Guys, thanks for watching. As always, if you haven't already, please leave a like on this video and subscribe so you don't miss any future Marvel videos we make. If you want to see me break down another, maybe lesser known Marvel hero, I recommend checking out this Who is Doctor Strange video, or check out my Google autofill about Can Spider-Man. Ben, that's it for me, but I'll see you in another life, brother.